So in today's video, I want to look at Last Epoch, an alternative action RPG for the likes of Diablo 4 and Path of Exile. The review is up on steamdeck.com as well. Link will be in the description of this video, so do check it out and let me know what you think of the review. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into the video. So let's look at a little bit of the Last Epoch's history. The Last Epoch throws you into a world on the blink of oblivion. You play as a warrior wielding a shard of the Epoch, a powerful artifact connected to the fate of a terror. The world itself is fractured across time, the past ruled by dragons, a present embroiled in a war between gods, and a terrifying monster-infested future. Your journey begins in this desolate future where a mysterious voice guides you. This voice tasks you with travelling through the Epoch fractured to rewrite history and save a terror. As you traverse these timelines, you'll encounter a variety of enemies, uncover the secrets of the Epoch's creation and forge your own path as a hero by customising your skills and equipment. The true depth of the Last Epoch lies in its unique skill and class system. You start by choosing one of the 5 base classes: the Mage, the Rogue, the Primalist, the Acolyte, or the Sentinel. Each class has its own distinct playstyles and a set of starting skills. But the customization doesn't stop there. Once you reach a certain point in the story, you unlock 3 mastery subclasses for each base class. These masteries specialise your character further, offering entirely new skill trees and passive bonuses. The skill trees themselves are sprawling and non-linear. You spend points you gain from leveling to unlock new skills and enhance existing ones. These skills can be further modified by choosing from a variety of support gems that alter their effects. This deep system allows you to create incredibly diverse builds, from a teleporting mage raining down fire to hulking sentinels wielding 2 massive axes and leeching life from your enemies. The story is still being deeply developed, with the latest chapters revealing the rise of the undead immortal empire in a future even bleaker than the one you started in. You join forces with the remaining human resistance to confront the tyrannical immortal emperor, with the hope that by defeating him you can prevent his horrific future from ever coming to pass. Last Epoch is a new action RPG that has just been released, which means that the developers are currently adding new content and features frequently. The most recent update introduced a new endgame boss, the Undying One, and the challenging new endgame mode called the Echoes of Eteria. The developers are committed to continuing development, so you can expect even more content in the story as the potential new additions to the already impressive skill and class systems in the future. So my initial findings on playing Last Epoch on the deck. For a game that actually does not advertise itself as a fully compatible game on the deck, I did find it actually rather solid and a lot of fun to play. There are, however, some performance issues related to frame dropping when you are playing the game on the deck as opposed to linking it on the deck, which can be avoided if you run the game, I found, in the desktop mode. These were mainly due to the frames being extremely laggy, and I did find that when I was next to my router it still had the same problem. However, like I said, going into the desktop mode and running the game from there, it performed a lot better. I also found that you can, or you should, lock the game at 40 FPS to improve the stability of this. This was to prevent it from crashing after about 10 or 15 minutes of the game. I found this information out either from Reddit or from one of the Steam posts on the comment boards of the game. But once I did that, it played really well, played really nicely. The controls are very good, very easy to get used to, and obviously you can remap the game with the diversity of the Steam decks. That's very, very good. So just an additional negative point was the visibility. It was very hard to read the text in game, which obviously when you're trying to theory craft can be a little bit frustrating as you're trying to read through the stats of your weapons and stuff like that. But playing the game itself was really, really good. The graphics, I would definitely give a solid 7 out of 10 for playing on the deck as opposed to in the comparative to playing on your PC. To kind of keep the performance going. The frames, unfortunately, we couldn't get the 90 frames with the new Steam Deck. I had to reduce that down to 40, but all in all, on the deck was very good. So Last Epoch has a proper offline mode, so you don't have to be connected at all to the internet. Now, this might catch you out if you do try and log in the game without launching it from offline mode. It will ask you to connect to the server. You need to quit out of this and go into the properties of the game and if you scroll down to launch options, you'll be able to play full offline. This will then give you access to your offline characters without being connected to the internet at all. Obviously you have no multiplayer capability here, but it means you can play on holiday without being connected to the internet. Now the deck to the TV, so docked and playing on my television, graphics again 7 out of 10, good. Frames still capped obviously at 40 to stop from the crashing and making it more stable. Controls, I did find on my TV I was better off using a keyboard and mouse or a controller, obviously, as opposed to having the cable run into my TV because I want to sit back from the city or the couch. I do prefer playing these sorts of games with keyboard and mouse over the controller, but that's because I'm a PC gamer at heart as opposed to the controller. But I did find the controls, like I said, with playing on deck, really good. Obviously it's a lot easier to read because it's going to be upscaled to 1080p, so a plus there. The deck to 120 Hz, I didn't test this because obviously we are capped at 40 FPS, so kind of pointless plugging it into a monitor for the 120 Hz. So linking the PC to the deck is a much better experience in my mind. Graphics 10 out of 10, obviously because you're playing from your PC onto the deck. You can get a solid 90 frames, much better battery life obviously because you're Steam linking to your console. Controls obviously great because you're using the embedded controls. The screen resolution does cut off the bottom a bit because I was playing at 1080p as opposed to the was it 12,000 by 800 resolution on the Steam Deck, so that kind of like shrunk the bit at the top and bottom a little bit. No problem there. So our PC to the Steam Deck linked to your TV so you can sit playing obviously on your couch. 10 out of 10 for the graphics, obviously 90 frames, very good, solid, plugged into the deck, plays well. You got your keyboard and mouse or your controller which you can connect obviously to your deck, so very chilled and relaxed. And then obviously you've got a high resolution for whatever you can achieve on your TV. Now the one thing I find about these games is because they're fairly grindy and it's very chill, I like to or prefer to watch something while I'm playing them. So if I'm sat on my TV, I like to have something on my TV while I'm playing this on the deck. So I'd rather do PC to deck and then watch something on the TV as opposed to PC to my TV. I don't feel I need to have this game on the big screen. I'm perfectly happy to play it just on the handheld console while I'm watching something. So I just want to add that while recording this video, I did actually do some PC to Steam link to my TV to try and get some footage for that, and it was playing up. Something was lagging on the network. I'm not sure if I was downloading something on my NAS drive or whatever, but it really threw it. So it's not as solid and doesn't take priority, or it feels like it doesn't take priority as some of the other games like Diablo, which I have been playing via Steam Link and seem to work, but it could be a network thing. I haven't got time to test it again, but I do know that it does go away if you set it up properly. So maybe some more testing there for that, but just be warned when you're linking. I did play direct from the console, and like you can see here on the TV, it works really well. So yeah, just bear that in mind. So in conclusion, I guess if you're after an alternative to Diablo 4 with a bit more in depth in the theory crafting, but not as complicated as Path of Exile, I find Path of Exile is a very the skill systems in that are very over the top. It's a very good game if you can get into it, but it's not very user friendly. Last Epoch, I kind of feel hits that sweet spot where Diablo 4 is a bit simple. This gives you a little bit more and a little bit more customization with your builds, which I really like. I love theory crafting builds, so it's really great for that, but not overly complicated like Path of Exile. So definitely a sweet spot there. The compatibility with the deck, obviously not fully supported, but still plays very well if you can just sort out the frames and the network performance, obviously playing online, and get that sorted out, and you can probably have quite a good experience at home or if you're out and about. Obviously if you're out and about, you want to be playing in the offline mode as opposed to the online mode, so you season stuff kind of like you can't join the online seasons unless you got good internet while you're out and about. But yeah, obviously the best experience from this is the Steam linking your PC to the deck while you're at home. but obviously when you're out on the train or going to work or in your lunch break, whatever, still very, very good. So yeah, a good game. 100% would recommend if you're after that alternative and don't want to go for the mainstream Diablo 4 or the skill based on knowledge Path of Exile. So there you have it, guys. That's my review, and I've got to give it a score because we've got to start these things off with a score. I think Last Epoch is going to be a solid 8 out of 10. I was going to reduce it for the incompatibility with the frames and the lag that I had, but the fact that it's got an offline mode is a saving grace. But a customization on the controls to get used to it, to save the fatigue, I think just kind of get that feeling a little bit better when you're kind of grinding through the monsters. But a very, very solid game. Amazing customization and theory crafting builds are really, really extensive. I didn't go heavily on the gameplay in this because this is about the deck and the game. If you want to look at the game reviews, there's plenty out there on Last Epoch. It's a solid contender. So 8 out of 10, well worth it. And the fact that it's not fully compatible on the deck, as we know and have touched on, I still think it's solid. This offline mode is amazing, great, and the graphics awesome. Guys, do check out the review on steamdeck.com as well, and let me know in the comment section what you think of the game, if you've got it or if you're thinking of getting it. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next review or hardware review, whatever. Don't forget to drop a subscribe and like and help me out on the channel. We are very new, as you can tell by the amount of subscribers I have, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Bye for now.